Welcome, everyone. This is Waite. I'm your host today, and we have an amazing guest. His name is Richard Leo Hunt, Doctorate of Education, has 3 degrees from Western Kentucky University, Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry, Master's of Science in Engineering Technology Management, and Doctorate of Education in Organizational Leadership. Richard is a veteran of the U.S. Army and served on active duty from 1989 to 1995. He is also an author, has owned a business, taught at the collegiate level, done public speaking, and has held a quality management role in various industries. Richard is also an actor with several credits to his name. Welcome, Richard. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you so much for having me today. I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I am so good and so excited, of course. This is our first time meeting. And at the same time, I've
Yes.
seen you a lot in TikTok, that one of the social medias that I've been new to. And I've seen that you have been so famous and you've done a lot of things in that social site. Now, tell me more about your educational background. It looks like you've accomplished so much as an educator. How did that all start for you?
Yeah, sure. So after I got out of the military, I had laser-like focus when I went back to school. Before I went to the military, I was not doing very well at all. And when I got out, and I took my first chemistry class, and I fell in love with it. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So after I got my degree, I started working and worked in manufacturing. And then a few years later, decided that I wanted to get my master's degree in WKU, Western Kentucky University had an excellent program for people like me. So I got that completed and wrote my thesis on goal setting and learned so much. It was a quantitative study, really cool results. And then I immediately got into the doctoral program at WKU, and they had a track that was perfect for me, organizational leadership. Got through all of the classes. We had coursework in leadership and in research methods and a lot of other courses to help us develop ourselves and obviously develop other people. And I wrote my dissertation on resilience, how leaders bounce back from failure.
Okay, so let me step back. From what you said, you were in the military, right? For from 1989 to 1995. So have you taken your classes after the
Yes,
military services?
that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So from there, I mean, when did you teach? The when did you start teaching?
Yeah. So, and I worked full time during my senior year acquiring my bachelor's degree. I worked full time getting my master's degree, and I worked full time getting my doctorate as well. And I also taught at the local university here, Western Kentucky University. I taught developmental algebra. It was something I was very interested in doing, and I really enjoyed helping students understand because they would come to class because they had scored low the math portion of the ACT, or they didn't do well on the math entrance exam. So they were pushed into a developmental class. So they had a lot of anxiety. They didn't believe in themselves. And I was there to help them get over their fears and build some self-confidence and help them realize that they could get this, they can understand it. So I taught while I worked full time for about 8 years, and I would teach evening courses for that.
Wow, that is incredible. So you're not only teaching, you're really coaching them and developing them to be a leader.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow, that is incredible. Okay, so are you still actively teaching?
No, I after I taught at Western Kentucky University for about 4 years, I opened up a math learning center because I enjoyed it so much. And this focused on elementary, middle school, and high school students, and kept that open for about 8 to 9 years. And I couldn't find anyone to step in and run it for me. So I ended up closing it, but it was okay because at that time I was moving on into bigger things from my doctoral degree.
Okay, and what is that? Can you share it to us?
Yeah, sure. And I had the idea for the book that I just completed back in like 2014, but it was just in its infancy. And I was doing a lot of reading and listening to self-development and self-help books at the time. And one day it just hit me. The four things that were me were gratitude, responsibility, improving myself, and being positive. So that's how Get a Grip was born. And I've been working on that slowly but surely over those years. And I pulled information from my thesis and goal setting, and I pulled information from my dissertation in overcoming failure to get the final product.
Okay, so let's talk about the book, Get a Grip. What is it? What's the concept of the book?
Yeah, sure. So the idea is that we can all experience events, circumstances, relationships that can get us down, and it can feel like something is slipping, a part of our life is slipping. And that's the time to get a grip. And my idea on how to get a grip is by first expressing your gratitude, finding something for which to be grateful for in this moment, whatever that may be, and focusing your attention on that instead of the things that are going wrong. And once we get into a state of mind of having this sense of gratitude and thinking about what we appreciate in life and being receptive to more of those good things, we can better take responsibility for the things that we control in our lives. Why did we fail? Why did these bad things go wrong? I completely understand and agree that there are external factors, certain situations, but we can always control ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. So at that point, when we're better able to take responsibility, then we can look at developing a plan and implement that plan to improve ourselves. So that's the improvement part of it. Once we get on this plan and we refine it and we're doing better, we start to feel positive about things, more positive, I should say. So that's our positivity. And it's like a cycle. Once we start to achieve some goals for self-improvement, we're more in a positive state of mind. And not that we're not going to slip here and there, but that's where we come back to being grateful. And
Wow,
now we've got something in our current situation for which to be grateful. So it's easier to get back on track.
that is outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is incredible. I love that, the fact that you have those four things about the book that I think, it will definitely bring a lot of blessings to people. And that is exciting, Richard. That was
Oh, thank you.
really a good idea, and I think people will love that. Get a grip, right?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Well, so I think people will be very, very curious about what's in it, and would love to really get a copy of it too. So I think that'd be awesome. All right. So now that you are, I see you in TikTok a lot. So what is the goal
Yeah.
for TikTok for you?
So for TikTok, a couple of goals I have there. One is to it's a platform where I can express some of my creativity
Okay.
because I love to act, and I've wanted to get into acting for a long time, but I had a fear of failure. I was worried that I would be rejected. People would laugh at me, things like that. So it wasn't until 2014 that I finally got the courage to go for it. And I took classes down in Nashville, Tennessee. And so after a couple of years, I got a role, and then that led to some more roles and some more projects. So I haven't been doing much over the last year to 2 years. TikTok is a great platform to write my own material, to create my own characters, and do, little mini skits on there. And I have so much fun doing that. And another goal is to just overcome some other fears.
Okay.
I've gotten on there and sang some songs, and I know I am not a good singer. I need lessons, but I got on there and did it anyway. And so those are the two main reasons that I'm on TikTok right now. And you know what? Plus, I love making people smile. I love making people happy. And that feedback, I so appreciate it.
That is incredible, Richard. I myself actually is working on a movie right now, and I found a director that is willing to work with me. So maybe you and I have to talk about it after our interview. But that is very exciting, and I'm so glad that you shared that with us, because I do see those two things about you when I'm in that social site, and it's really, it's incredible. I mean, I think TikTok has done so much for so many people, which initially people didn't have a good feedback about it. They were saying that TikTok is only about, young people that are dancing. But when I went in there, I did see that as the first part of my, viewing in there. But later on, I saw that the algorithm is changing the information that is coming through to me, and I see a lot of the things that I'm very interested, which is more on the Christian, people that are sharing information in there. Music, I love music, and I'm getting a lot of that too. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting you guys, and I'm connected to all of you. So it's like, okay. This is interesting, and so I love what I'm experiencing through TikTok, and I'm also getting blessed by so many people like you, who I'm now, connecting, and I think it is an incredible platform. So, Richard, what are some of the movies that you have done?
Yeah, I've done some really fun independent movies and TV series pilots, and also a SAG movie where I had a speaking role. So I'm SAG eligible. I know that's a big one for, actors like me that are independent and trying to get up to that level. So I had a role. I had the lead role in a movie called Soldier's Joy, which was written and directed by a gentleman out of Nashville, Tennessee. And last I heard, that's going to get picked up by a distributor. I had a lead role across from Michael Pare in a TV series pilot called Dogwood Pass. And I had a speaking role in a movie called The Silent Natural, which is a wonderful movie about a deaf baseball player back in the late 1880s, and beautifully done. So, and I've had a couple of other little minor roles, but those are the big ones. Yeah.
I see. Where are you actually based?
I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky, about an hour north of Nashville, Tennessee.
What else can you share to people that are watching our show right now?
Well, a couple of things. One is I'm a big believer in taking control of our own personal development, as you can tell. And self-awareness really means just putting a little bit of thought into why we do things, why we think the things we think, why we feel the way we do, why we react and behave. As an example, several years ago, I would get angry on the road. I would get a little bit of road rage at times. I wouldn't get crazy, but I would get upset and so angry. And I didn't like it. I didn't like that about myself. And so I set the intention on improving in that area. And so what I had to do was become hyper aware, really aware of when it happened, when did I get triggered, and why. And then I had to talk myself through that. And an example is I started taking more responsibility. If I'm in a hurry, that's my fault for leaving late. It's not the other driver's fault.
Yes.
So becoming self-aware is a truly is a process, and it takes time. And the other thing that I want to say is sometimes we can be hard on ourselves when we slip, when we backslide, when we feel like we're not achieving our goals fast enough. And so I want to make everyone just feel like they don't have to be so hard on themselves. Yes, we need to take accountability for ourselves, but don't beat ourselves up. Keep focused on the goal and the process and the incremental improvement that we can make towards those goals.
I see. Well, so well done. I mean, thank you so much for sharing that to our audience and listeners. So, if they wanted to get a copy of your book, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I would ask you to visit my website. It's very easy to remember, richardleohunt.com.
Okay, so that's
Go to,
richardleohunt.com. Okay.
yes. And on the home page, you'll see a link to Amazon where you can review the book and purchase it if you'd like.
Awesome. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Richard. This is so amazing. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for the people that are going to get a copy of your book. So anyway, thank you for your time. And I know that you're a busy person, and very blessed by you being here today. And to all of you out there, please do connect with Richard. Again, his website is richardleohunt.com. Get a copy of his book, and also share this video to anyone that you think who will be able to benefit from all the information that Richard has given us. And don't forget, my channel is in YouTube. Please do subscribe. And if you have any more questions, don't forget to reach out. Again, this is Marie Waite. I am your host, and have an amazing day, and see you next time.